Welcome to this gameplay video for the seasonal event in Final Fantasy XIV and this year's Little Ladies Day happening 2022, Dressed to Impress. And it starts from Monday the 14th of March to Thursday 31st of March. And in order to find it, you have to go to Ul'dah, Steps of Nald, and find Marabel. Fashion and Face-Off. Marabel is seeking an experienced adventurer to aid her entry for this year's Little Ladies Days walk-off. As you happen to pass by, she looks you up and down, a glint in her eye, and in order to participate in this event, you need to be at least level 15. So if you're not, get to it. And if you participate in this event, you get some event items, or in this case, one event item, and it is a headpiece, armor, Little Lady's Crown. And also, certain items available during previous iterations of the event can be obtained via the associated NPC vendor. And also please note that seasonal quests cannot be completed after the event has concluded. And as per always, when I go to gameplay, there will be no commentary except when there is dialogue. See you in the game. Face-Off. Marabel looks you up and down, a glint in her eye. This quest is available for a limited time only. And we have ... or question mark, accept. Marabel. Yes, you'll do just splendidly. You there, yes, you, darling. What say you to becoming a first-place fashion icon? Ah, forgive me. Where are my manners? The name is Marabel, darling, and I am one of Esteem's Aesthetics' finest accessory artisans, which is how I plan to introduce myself once I complete my apprenticeship. Now, the crown jewel of this year's Little Ladies' Day festivities is Walk-Off, an event in which the visually savvy strut the stage and vie for style supremacy. And while I'm no novice when it comes to competitions of this sort, I'm also not much of a winner, darling. To be perfectly honest, I've never once managed to come out on top. But now that you're here, I'm certain my fortunes are about to change. After all, an adventurer such as yourself possesses so much of what I lack: knowledge, daring, and not least of all, experience. So what say you? Care to help this diamond in the rough earn her maiden victory? What will you say? Sounds like fun. Or the right price? Sounds like fun. Splendid, darling. Oh, you won't regret this in the least. Now then, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Participants compete in pairs of two, one designer and one model. There are no restrictions on who can enter. Style icons of all shapes and sizes may enter. The only condition is that those who walk the stage don an ensemble inspired by the holiday. But as far as themes go, it's a touch broad, makes it rather difficult to decide on a direction for the costume. Perhaps you can offer some inspiration though. Tell me, darling, what's one word that comes to mind when you think of Little Ladies' Day? What will you say? Gorgeous. Princess. Princess. Interesting. I suppose that should come as no surprise given that the origins of this holiday lie in the tale of the gorgeous Princess Edvia's disappearance from the palace. And while I appreciate your input, darling, I'm afraid that's a bit too on the nose. If I'm to create a truly prize-worthy ensemble, I'll require more inspiration. Wait, we could survey the citizens. Yes, that's a fabulous idea, if I do say so myself. Listen, darling, you and I will ask around for people's impressions of Little Lady's Day, and then rendezvous at Estames. Savvy? Ta-ta for now. Seasonal event, quest accepted. Fashion face-off. Serve the citizens at the steps of Nald, serve the citizens at the steps of Thal. Unoccupied citizen. What comes to mind when I think of Little Lady's Day? I suppose this isn't exactly about the day itself, but it makes me think of the peach blossom that always bloom this time of year. Whenever I see those flowers, I know this season's come around once more, and there's something so soothing about their coloration. I can't help but smile when I lay my eyes on those pretty pink petals. Jolly citizen. Uldar really comes alive this time of year. Why, just look at all these decorations strung up around town. And no one would dare miss the Songbirds' annual show. The entire city turns out to hear them sing. No other festival compares to the Little Lady's Day celebration. Not for me, at least. I don't know if that answers your question, but I hope it helps. Distressed citizen. I've always dreamt of strolling through the streets on Little Lady's Day wearing the most gorgeous gown I can find, like a proper princess, you know. Unfortunately, I don't have proper princess money, and that sort of dress usually costs a small fortune. No choice but to keep dreaming, I suppose. Muscular citizen. My memories of Little Lady's Days are somewhat bittersweet. You see, there was a lass I once fancied. All I wanted was to dote upon her like the royal Seneschal would. I would have done anything to catch her eye. And while I did catch her eye, she didn't exactly like what she saw. No Seneschal would be caught dead wearing that revealing subligare. I guess acting like a royal Seneschal isn't good enough unless you look like one too. Well, how did you fare, darling? Glean anything insightful? I see. That more or less aligns with what I heard as well. So many folks had their dreams of fashion and grandeur dashed by oppressively expensive pricing. Not a new tale by any stretch, but a troubling one nonetheless. In that case, what if we were to put together an ensemble that's as alluring as it's affordable? Surely that would resonate with the audience. Yes, I do believe this will work, darling. Just allow me to make some visual measurements first. I'll need a few yards of this, a spool of that. Alright, I'm ready to set to work. You just sit tight while I go assemble the ensemble. Ta-ta for now, darling. I'm back, darling. At least our costume is complete. Not a single stitch out of place. Now all that's left is to win that walk-up. How are you feeling? Surely an experienced Avenger of your caliber doesn't get nervous in situations such as these. What will you say? Should I be nervous? Wait, who's going to work? Should I be nervous? Ah, of course not, darling. Why, you doubtless traversed the whole realm. This little stage should be child's play for you, no? Oh gods! This whole time I thought we had a mutual understanding that you would be my muse, but that look on your face tells me you hadn't the slightest idea. It seems my excitement got the better of me once again. The trouble is, this costume is couture, darling, tailor-made for your beautiful body. I hate to ask this of you at the last minute, but would you mind modeling my work in the walk-off? What will you say? I would be honored. If it won't fit anyone else, I would be honored. Oh, bless you, darling. I simply can't thank you enough. Primarily because there's no time. I'll help you slip into your costume backstage, so just meet me at the venue and we'll go from there. Savvy? See you at the steps of Nald, and don't dally. Ta-ta for now, darling. There you are, darling. Your time to shine is finally here. Are you ready to strut your stuff? Oh, by the way, I prepared 2 ensembles for you. One inspired by the Seneschal and another inspired by the princess. Either should fit you just fine. But do you have any preference? What will you say? The Seneschal costume, the princess costume. The princess costume. Fabulous! I'll apply a few finishing touches then. You just get ready to command the stage, darling. Royal Seneschal, I bid you welcome and thank you all for attending our Little Ladies' Day celebration. Before we commence with today's walk-off, pray permit me to introduce the members of our esteemed judging panel. First, we have the host of the Gold Sources Fashion Report, the style-savvy superstar with a discerning eye and a thorny tongue, Masked Rose. Next, we have the headmistress of the Goldsmiths Guild, the unrivaled artisan of exceptional accessories, Serendipity. And lastly, as the resident master of ceremonies, yours truly shall round out the panel. The winner of today's walk-off shall be awarded this resplendent crown. Enticing, no? Now then, without further ado, let us welcome our first pair of contestants. You look positively fabulous, darling. Oh, Marabel, you done it again. It sounds like we're up next. This is it. Next, we have our 8th pair of contestants, Solana Modeling and Ensemble, designed by Marabel. Are you ready, Solana? If so, then step forth onto the stage. Oh ho! That's quite the unconventional combination. Color me impressed. Me too! It's such an inspired take on the theme. I would like to thank you all for participating in today's walk-off. Each ensemble was a visual delight, which made this competition a joy to behold, but a challenge to score, a fine problem to have, I should say. Yet, after much deliberation, we have settled on our winning pair. First prize in this year's Little Ladies' Day walk-off goes to... Entry number 8, Marabel and Solana. Congratulations to you both. Please step right this way. We witnessed many elegant ensembles today, but Marabel's was not lost among them. The panel was particularly impressed with the material used, appropriately gorgeous, yet surprisingly affordable. If you don't mind, Marabel, pray permit me to ask how it feels to emerge victorious today. Oh, it feels unreal. I can barely believe it. Look at that, the poor girl is completely overcome with joy. And what about you, Solana? How do you feel? What will you say? I had a feeling we would win. Marabel's hard work paid off. Marabel's hard work did pay off. Indeed, your ensemble was worthy not only approbation, but the grand prize as well. My sincerest congratulations to you both. Now, before we bring the contest to a close, I have one more announcement. This stage will remain in place for the duration of the Little Ladies' Day celebration. Those who were unable to participate in today's competition are free to ascend the stage at their leisure and walk to their heart's content. Now then, let us conclude by giving one more round of applause for our first place fashionistas, Marabel and Solana. We did it, darling. We really did it. Part of me honestly believed my losing streak will never end, but you helped me prove myself wrong. I couldn't have done it without you as my muse. I simply can't thank you enough, darling. And I must thank you for the splendid showing. Congratulations once again, you two. As promised, I now present you with your prize. And with that, I shall take my leave. Here I still thought I might be dreaming, but now that I look upon this crown before me, the reality of our victory is finally settling in. And while I may still be but an artisan's apprentice, today's success has rekindled my burning desire to someday launch a brand of my own. So remember my name, darling. Oh, and speaking of style, you heard the Royal Seneschal say that the stage will remain open for the duration of the festivities, yes? Well, it sounds as though Masked Rose will be holding a special fashion shake for all those interested. You've already proven yourself a more than capable model, so why not try envisioning an ensemble for someone else this time? And don't worry, I'll be more than happy to lend my expertise should you require any styling assistance. Fashion face-off. Little Ladies' Crown. Complete. And we have achievement unlocked, Walk the Walk. Complete the quest, Fashion Face-Off. Good morrow to you, adventurer. Have you any questions regarding the history of the Little Ladies' Day? I'm at your service. What is Little Lady's Day? Once a year, when the peach blossoms come to bloom, Eorzea celebrates all the lovely and spirited young maidens who bring such joy to our realm. The origins of the holiday can be traced back to events that happened some 3 centuries past, when the Thorn dynasty still reigned in Ul'dah. The plucky Princess Edvia, tired of being sequestered within palace walls by her overprotective father, the Sultan Baldric Thorn, exchanged garb with a miller girl and wandered off into town in search of adventure. Upon learning of his daughter's disappearance, the Sultan was stricken with panic. He summoned the palace guard down to the last man and ordered them to tear the city apart, that no harm befell his precious princess. And tear the city apart they did. The poor miller, whose daughter assisted the princess in her escape, saw his house nigh ripped from the ground, while the family was threatened with imprisonment or worse. To the good fortune of all, Princess Edvia was soon found just outside the palace wall. When she confessed the true reason that she had run away, her father was racked with guilt for his actions. He had the miller's house rebuilt by his most skilled craftsman, and offered to personally serve as Seneschal to the miller's girl for a day to atone for his actions. The common folk were deeply moved by the Sultan's newfound compassion. The Sultan himself, vowing to never forget the lessons he had learned, declared that each year he would serve as Seneschal for a young girl chosen from the townspeople by lot. The tradition continued long after Sultan Baldric's death, living on even as the Thorn dynasty gave way to the Ul. In time, it spread to other nations, where it took on new forms, eventually evolving into the Little Lady's Day celebration that we know and love today. Who was Princess Edvia? Princess Edvia was the one and only daughter of Sultan Baldric of House Thorn, the Hyrule noble house that ruled Ul'dah some 300 years ago to the day. Her disappearance from the palace, the commotion that followed, and its eventual resolution, oft retold as the legend of the Lost Lady, are said to represent the origins of the celebration we now know as Little Lady's Day. It is said that before the events of that day, relations between the spirited princess and her stern, overly protective father were strained at best. Though the father claimed to love his daughter dearly, the form this love took was the stifling sword. The princess's disappearance and return changed everything. Sultan Baldric gained a newfound respect for his daughter's independent nature, while Princess Edvia realized that her father's treatment of her was born of simple misunderstanding, not lack of love. The bonds between the two grew only stronger in the months and years to follow, and the two came to be celebrated as the most ideal embodiment of father and daughter that the realm had ever seen. Enjoying the festivities, adventurer! If you wish to walk the runway once more, do feel free. It shall remain open for the duration of the event. Royal Handmaiden. Purchase sack of peach confetti? Yes. Purchase a sack of cherry confetti? Yes. This festive confetti consists of fragrant petals taken from the special cherry trees, which only blossom for the duration of the Dance of the Fire Petals festivities. And this consists of fragrant petals taken from special peach trees, which only blossoms through the duration of the Little Lady's Day's festivities. Thank you for watching this seasonal event in Final Fantasy XIV. 2022's Little Lady's Day, dressed to impress. I hope you had as much fun as I did and that you might hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also hope to see you again soon in a future video. But for now, it is time to say bye bye.